Hello, I'm Mrs. C, an ELL teacher at Florida Connections Academy. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Grade 1 Math, Term 2, Unit 4, Lesson 4, Compare Numbers on a Number Line, Portfolio Assignment. This is a graded assignment that you'll be turning into your teacher, so I want to help you get the best grade possible. Before we begin, we're going to look at our rubric so we know what's expected and we can do our work completely and correctly. In this column, it says excellent. This is the column I want to look at to make sure that my work covers all of these areas. The first area says reasoning is clearly explained, the explanation clearly shows planning, and the explanation uses math language correctly. So I want to make sure in my work I show that I understand and I planned out my work based on what I've learned. The next area says the student's work shows excellent modeling or use of tools. I know in this assignment there's a little bit of drawing involved. I want to make sure that when I do those drawings, it matches up to the math work that I'm completing. The next section says the student's work shows a complete understanding of comparing and ordering numbers. So that is what we will be doing today. We'll be talking about numbers that are greater than or bigger and numbers that are less than or smaller. We're going to be comparing those numbers when we're talking about planning a birthday party. So we have this excellent party supply list that goes over different party supplies we might need if we were planning a birthday party. First, before we decide how many supplies we need to decide how many guests we're going to invite. I think for my party, I'm going to invite 10 guests. You are allowed to invite no more than 12 guests to your party, but you can choose any number, 12 or less than 12. So you could choose 5 guests, 1 guest, 12 guests, or 8 guests. I'm going to choose 10 for my assignment. Now we need to make sure we have enough party supplies for all of our guests. So let's look at this party supply list. What supplies do we already have? In party hats, I see we have 12 hats. In goodie bags, I see we have 8 goodie bags. In cupcakes, I see we have 10 cupcakes. Invitations, 5 of those. Juice boxes, 4 of those. And individual pizzas, 6 of those. Now I know how many supplies I have, but I need to figure out if I have enough or too many of each one. If I don't have enough for all 10 of my guests, I'm going to need to order more. Okay, so now let's look at our party supplies, the amount we have, and our number of guests. You're going to complete this and you're going to show your work somewhere to show your teacher how you figured each section out. So for party hats, I have 12. I'm going to go ahead and put the number of guests that I have. So I'm going to write that right here. I have 10 guests. Now I'm going to look at the next section. Do I have enough party supplies? Yes or no? Well, if there are 12 party hats, that number is bigger. It is greater than 10. So yes, I do. I do have enough supplies. I don't need to buy any more. I can buy 0. In the next section, it says goodie bags. I have 8 goodie bags, but I still have the same number of guests. That number is not going to change. In fact, I can go ahead and write 10 in all of these sections because my party guests are always going to be 10. 8, is that number bigger, greater than, or smaller, less than 10? 8, 9, 10. It's smaller, so it's less than. I do not have enough supplies. I need to buy 8, 9, 10. 8 plus 2 is 10, so I need to buy 2 more goodie bags, so I have enough for all of my guests. Look at cupcakes. I have 10 cupcakes and I have 10 guests. Those numbers are equal. Both of those numbers are the same. So yes, I do have enough. And I don't need to buy any more because I have the perfect number. Now remember, you're going to be showing your work for all of these. So if I was going to draw pictures, I could draw cupcakes and I could draw people, or I could draw something even easier like circles and squares. But I want to make sure I have the same number on each side. So for my cupcakes, I have 10 cupcakes. There we go, 10. And for my guests, I have 10 guests. Of course, in a real party, they probably wouldn't all be girls, but here they are. 10 cupcakes is equal to, it's the same, equal to 10 guests. So if I was showing this problem, I could show 10 and 10 and show that they were equal. Like I said, you don't have to draw something as difficult as this. You could just draw 10 circles and 10 squares. That would be perfectly fine. Those could represent your cupcakes and those could represent your guests. All right, so let's look at the next section. Now I have 5 invitations and 10 guests. Do I have enough? No, 5 is much smaller. It is less than. No, I do not have enough. I know my double facts. 5 plus 5 equals 10. So I know I need 5 more. On your assignment, you're going to go ahead and complete each section. So you would also complete your answers for juice boxes. You would also complete your answers for individual pizzas. You are going to want to do each section, okay? So make sure that you show all of those. Once you're done, you can explain your thinking to your learning coach and explain to them how you know if you have enough guests or how you know if you need to order more supplies for those guests. If the number of guests is larger than the number of supplies, then you know you need more. If the number of supplies is smaller than the number of guests, then you know you're good to go and you have enough. Once you complete this assignment, make sure that you turn it in correctly. That way you can get that portfolio grade. Okay? That's it for me today. I hope this helps you complete your portfolio assignment, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.